Hello, my beautiful souls. I am Minerva's moon, crone witch, shadow worker, and keeper of the old magic. Coming close, the circle is warm. Step in, breathe deep, and let the ancient wisdom rise within you. There comes a moment in every awakening when life stops letting you pretend. A moment when the universe whispers, or sometimes it screams, "It's time." And that moment rarely feels like light. It feels like unraveling. It feels like losing your grip on the version of yourself that you have been performing for years. Congratulations. Great acting. This is the beginning of your descent. It's not a fall, it's an initiation. And the first part of awakening is a disruption. Awakening doesn't begin with bliss, it begins with discomfort. A relationship that cracks, a job that becomes unbearable. Your body starts speaking louder than your mind can ignore. Synchronicities, well, they start appearing like breadcrumbs, hinting that something beneath the surface is shifting. You're not broken, okay? You're being summoned. The descent begins the moment the life that you build no longer fits the person that you've become. Now, the second part is the threshold. There's a threshold that you cross without even noticing. A moment that you stop trying to return to normal because normal suddenly feels small. You start asking yourself those deeper questions. You start noticing your reactions. You start seeing patterns that you've repeating over and over again. And even though it feels like everything is falling apart, that's not what's actually happening. What's happening is that the truth is rising. This is the underworld calling you inward. And it's doing it not to punish you, but to reveal who you are. Stage 3 is the emotional unraveling. Now, during the descent, emotions that were tucked away for years will begin to resurface. Old wounds, old stories, old versions of what you never were before or ever had a voice for. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel like regression. But this is the sacred part of the journey, and most people never talk about it. Shadow work doesn't begin with prompts. It begins with honesty, with the courage to sit with what hurts, with the willingness to say, "I'm not okay, but I'm listening." This is where descent becomes medicine. Stage 4 is the invitation. If you're here watching this, feeling this, and resonating with this, then you've already started your descent. And I want you to know that you're not lost. You're not failing. You're not behind. You're entering the part of awakening that actually transforms you. The part where the mask falls away. The part where truth becomes louder than fear. The part where the soul begins leading instead of your ego. The descent is not the end. It's a doorway. So let's begin your descent. I want to give you a way to start this work gently without forcing anything open, okay? If you feel called, I want you to breathe and place your hand on your chest and ask yourself this one question. What truth have I been avoiding? Now, I don't want you to analyze it. I don't want you to fix it. I don't want you to judge it. I just want to listen to whatever comes up, okay? Whether it's an emotion, a memory, a sentence, a sensation. This is your first breadcrumb, okay? This is your first torch in the dark. Your first moment of descent. Now, if you wanted to go deeper, then you could choose one of these questions. Whichever one resonates with you, whichever one pulls you the most. You could ask your body this question. What part of my life feels too tight for who I am becoming? You could ask your shadow self, what emotion keeps on resurfacing, asking to be acknowledged? And you could also ask your soul, What mask am I finally tired of holding up? Now, you don't have to solve it. You don't have to solve anything today anyway, because transformation doesn't come on command, right? You only need to do one thing, is to be truthful to yourself. In this moment in time, be truthful. Because the first step of descent is not fixing and it's not healing, it's just being honest. The underworld opens for those who are willing to see themselves clearly. And in the next episode, we'll step deeper and meet the shadow self, the part of you that's been waiting for your attention, your compassion, and your courage. For now, though, breathe, because you're exactly where you're meant to be. The descent is the beginning of your becoming. Well, my friends, as the circle closes, carry your awakening and your magic with you. Awaken the soul, honor the craft, walk in your power. As above, so within. As within, so becomes. Blessed be, my beautiful ones.